Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to today's English lesson. And as you can see from the learning objective on the screen, today we are identifying alliteration. Now, I know alliteration is something that you have heard of before in the past, but nevertheless, we're going to remind ourselves what it is this session. And then, because what I'd like you to be doing over the next 2 or 3 weeks is using it in your writing. Okay, so our writing over the next couple of weeks is going to be with regards to plastic pollution and the environment, thinking about our value of responsibility and sustainable development. Okay, we are going to be doing some persuasive writing, trying to persuade people to do things, and alliteration is a good technique to use when we're doing that. So we're going to remind ourselves today what we mean by alliteration. Okay, so the technical description is alliteration is the stylistic device of using a series of words beginning with the same consonant sound. Okay, so when you hear a repeated sound more often than not, that is alliteration. Okay, so a lot of the time it's the series of words beginning with the same consonant or the same sound. Okay, now it may not add a lot of detail to your writing, but what it does, it makes your writing sound more expressive. So, busy buzzing, the bee behaved beautifully. Okay, it starts to make your sentence come alive. Year 4. Okay, and that's what we're looking for because we want to capture our readers, don't we? Now, it may not, like I said, add depth to our writing, but it will make it sound better. Okay, they can make your words more engaging, more entertaining. And when people read them, they're more likely to sit up and pay attention because the way it's sounding to them when they're reading it. And that's what we want to have with this persuasive writing that we're doing about looking after the environment and cutting down on plastic pollution. Like I said, Larry's leaping lizard. Okay, it's just makes that sentence a little bit more expressive. Sometimes it can give more description, but a lot of time it's used for like humor and energy. Okay, so we're going to have a go today using some different strategies for alliteration to make our sentences come alive. Now, there it says make a mountain out of a molehill. It says that alliteration is often used in sayings and humorous poetry. So be creative with the words and phrasing of your own language. Don't be satisfied with the first sentence you come up with. Think, oh, can I use some alliteration in here? Okay. And a really great example of alliteration, if you've read any Harry Potter books, okay, J.K. Rowling, with a lot of the names, uses alliteration, okay, especially with the professors at Hogwarts. So not Dumbledore, but if you look at the other professors, like Professor McGonagall, Professor Snape, the vast majority of them have what we call an alliterative name. So Professor McGonagall's first name is Minerva. Minerva McGonagall. Said that wrong, didn't I? Minerva McGonagall. Snape's first name is Severus. Severus Snape. Because they're alliterative, okay, they sort of, it just makes the writing come alive. And she does that with an awful lot of the characters in the Harry Potter world, gives them alliterative names. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. Okay, so if you're a Harry Potter fan or if you've got some Harry Potter books at home, perhaps you could go away and look for some alliteration. And like I said there, the best way to spot alliteration being used is to read out the sentence and listen for the same sound being used. Okay, as you read them, it will either be the same letters or, like I said, the same sound, because sometimes sounds have a similar sound. So f sound could be an F or it could be a PH or a TH. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the same letter. That's worth thinking about. So what about these here? Which letters being repeated in these following sentences? Betty and Bob brought back blue balloons from the big bazaar. So what's the repeated letter in there? I'm hoping you picked out that it was a B. Betty, Bob, brought back blue balloons, big bazaar, all beginning with B. It's almost like a tongue twister, isn't it? Four furious friends fought for the phone. Now, here we've got, like we said, the F sound, but you'll notice that phone doesn't have an F, it just has the F sound. Okay, so like I said, it doesn't have to be necessarily the same letter all the time, it's the same sound. That's what's important. Sam's shop stocks short spotted socks. That is a proper tongue twister. I'm going to see if I can say that a bit faster. Sam's shop stocks short spotted socks. Okay, so yeah, if you play around with it, I guarantee a lot of your sentences could be alliterative. Think of synonyms for different words. So go away and have a look at yourself. Okay, so the thing about the butterfly there, the butterfly flew past. That's all right, it's a bit of a boring sentence. The butterfly brushed briefly against the beautiful bush. Now that is a lot more engaging with the reader, isn't it? Okay, it paints a really nice picture as well. So perhaps you could have a go at doing 3 of your own for the dog, the teacher, and the pupil. Okay, can you write some alliterative sentences like the one there for the butterfly? Okay, why don't you pause the video now and go and have a go at doing 3 sentences and come back for the main task. Okay, so your main task for today, Year 4, is I'm going to put some pictures up on the web page of the contents of This Book Is Not Rubbish. Okay, just let me find it. The contents page there, and is actually, because there's so many chapters, they're all these small chapters. All right, there's a chapter there. Okay, I'm going to show you pictures of the contents pages, and what I'd like you to do is see if you can pick out any of the titles that have alliteration used in the titles. Okay, in the titles of the chapters. What I'd like you to do, if you notice any, is to write them down in your book and see if you can write an explanation as to why the author, has chosen to use, the author Isabel Thomas has chosen to use alliteration for titles in this book. Okay, and why particularly in this book? Remember what the purpose of this book is, what it's trying to do. Okay, have a go at that. Like I said, the pictures are on the webpage, and have fun. I will see you soon. Bye for now.